Nice to see you too. No, but I want to make it more often. You know, I saw the weather and freeziness. It's like, welcome back. Yeah. So good to see you. I'm so glad to be back. And thankfully, the weather has allowed me. And spring now here, so I'm out of hibernation. Yeah. Good.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. It is April. Thank you, God.
Yes.
Yes. I heard this young man mention the word hibernation. I think that's where we've all been, hibernating through all the snow and the cold. And I think I'm starting to thaw. It's been an incredible experience this year. I'm hoping we have a nice long spring too. It's going to be in the high 60s later this week, I understand. So we're getting there. Welcome back to the Positive Living Center. Like I said, it is April. I want to say good morning to those people on Zoom. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Zoom people.
Zoom people. Makes them sound like aliens, doesn't it? Zoom people. Anybody here for the first time this morning? Want to raise your hand and be acknowledged? Yes, you in the back. Would you mind standing and give us your name? Oh, come on. Katie?
I'm meeting your friends here. I don't know if I came to the wrong church or exactly she is, but
Are you from here locally?
North Fork.
Or North Fork? Okay, great. Well, we think you're in the right place.
Okay. Your name's Juliet.
Yes, you're in the right place.
You're in the right place.
She said she loves you. She invited me.
Wonderful.
Beautiful.
Wonderful. Well, welcome.
So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? Is that it for the newcomers? Good to see you. Well, this is the year of living from one's core values, as we call it, and the themes for April are consistency, commitment, and courage. I look forward to hearing what the speakers have to say about these topics this month. I'll ask our musician today, Cheyenne, to come up and maybe share a little soft music as we get ready to go into meditation this morning. Get settled in and just be still for a little bit. It's a great way to start a day, isn't it? I wake up every morning saying, good morning, God. It just feels so good. Close your eyes, settle in.
En tus ojos de agua infinita se bañan las estrellitas, mamá. En tus ojos de agua infinita se bañan las estrellitas, mamá. Agua de luz, agua de estrellas, Pachamama, vienes del cielo. Agua de luz, agua de estrellas, Pachamama, vienes del cielo. Limpia, limpia, limpia el corazón, agua bendita. calma, calma el corazón, agua brillante, sana, sana, sana el corazón, agua del cielo.
Thank you, God Spirit, for this day. Let us rejoice. Spring weather is upon us. Everything is coming alive. Let us be committed to life, however we see it, and to live, laugh, and love daily along the way. You're so blessed to have each other in this fabulous center. And so it is. Thank you, Cheyenne. It was beautiful. As always, we have a spiritual thought for you, and that comes from Patty Hummel. Come on up here, Patty. Let's give her some love.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. It's so nice to see you guys. Cheyenne, that's a beautiful song. You're gonna have to teach me that. Cheyenne and I are planning some upcoming duets here. It's been tough to get together lately, but it's coming. So, our themes for the month: consistency, commitment, and courage. Well, the one that jumped out at me was courage. It just reminded me of something. It's courage. What makes a king out of a slave? Courage. What makes the flag on the mast to wave? Courage. What makes the elephant charge his tusk in the misty mist and the dusky dusk? What makes the muskrat guard his musk? Courage. What makes the Sphinx the seventh wonder? What makes the dawn come up like thunder? Courage. What makes the Hottentot so hot? What puts the ape in apricot? What do they got that I ain't got?
Courage. Courage.
Yeah.
Nothing.
You got that right. I couldn't help that. It just, it's just where my brain went, being a baby boomer and all that. But The Wizard of Oz is such a wonderful story. It has the hero's journey, and it has a lot of science of mind in it. It just, and those are the good kind of stories we like. At one point, later on when the wizard is, giving out things from the black bag, the diploma for the scarecrow and, the badge of honor, the medal for the cowardly lion. And he tells the lion, you're a victim of disorganized thinking. And that is so pure science of mind. We know that we create our reality with our thoughts. We know there's, the subliminal thoughts, and there's the more actionable thoughts. And it just reminded me of science of mind. Because in that story, the lion had courage. The Tin Man had a heart. And the Scarecrow certainly had brains. They just didn't know it. And they just needed someone to tell them, yes, you do. And it's like that for all of us. We all have heart. We all can think. We have brains. And we're all very courageous. If we weren't courageous, we wouldn't be here in the first place. So I'll end with something the wizard said. He says, back where I came from, we have men who are called heroes. Once a year, they take their fortitude out of mothballs and they parade it down Main Street, and they have no more courage than you. And all of our heroes have no more courage than every one of you. And so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Patty. Patty is now an intern practitioner, if you didn't know that. Congratulations to you, Patty, for that. Oh, you make me think about that lion. Every time I watch that movie, which is, 133 times?
Yeah.
Every time he would pass out and you'd see his feet go in the air as he fell backwards. He just was a tremendously hilarious character as he built his courage. Perfect storyline for that. Thank you. Cheyenne Hernandez, want to play for us?
Yeah.
Let's give her some love, huh?
Superstar. Thank you. The song I'm going to play was going to be my next song, but I'm going to play it here because I feel like it has a lot to do with courage and commitment and all that stuff. And it's going to be the song that I played at the World Music Night, in case there were some of you who weren't there and didn't get to hear it. So I hope you like it. It's called Fuerza de Luz Violeta, and I'm going to sing it in English with a little bit of Spanish at the end, and that means Force of the Violet Light. Okay, here we go. Da da Today I will heal my life. Today I will heal my soul. Today I will heal this land. Today I will heal singing. I release all of the fears. I release all of the past. I release all the sadness to transmute it with the violet light. Oh, great magnificent force that is living inside of me. I give you my life, I give you the way. I surrender to the love and the light of God, eternally renowned, that lives inside of me. Awakening consciousness, healing, illuminating. Come on, let's sing it. Da 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 da. Da 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 Together, let's go loving. Feel all the light, feel all the love, feel all the force and strength of the heart. Feel all of the beauty, all the peace, all the surrender. Force of the violet light, force of the violet light, ray of the violet light, illuminate me. Hoy sanaré mi vida, hoy sanaré mi alma, hoy sanaré esta tierra, hoy sanaré cantando. Suelto todos los miedos, suelto todo el pasado, suelto toda tristeza para transmutarla con luz violeta. Fuerza magnificente que habita dentro de mí. Te entrego mi vida, te entrego el camino, me entrego el amor y a la luz de Dios, eterno presente que vive dentro de mí. Despertando conciencia, sanando, iluminando, vamos cantando. Fuerza. That was by my teacher, Juan Carlos Heredia.
Wow, beautiful song. Thank you so much, Cheyenne. Fabulous. Well, I think they're warmed up for you now, Reverend. Reverend Sandy West is our speaker today. That was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh,
Thank you, Cheyenne. You just get better and better and better. Huh? Oh, you know, it's so funny thinking about spring. I'm supposed to have rain and snow this week. So spring is skippy north for you. So interesting weather.
very.
Oh, but it's been good. You know, you think of all the water that we so desperately needed,
Yes.
and it keeps coming and coming and coming, and what a blessing it is. And even though I'm rained out, I still can appreciate it. And that's so important, to appreciate the things that we have and what's brought to us. Life is good. I was thinking about the 3 topics for this month. And what I realized in the core values is there really isn't one that's more important than any of the others. They all work together. And it takes them all doing something to make the rest of them work, to make it all balance. I was struck too by courage. I thought about courage. We have courage when we get up in the morning. We have courage when we go out. Courage when we do just about anything. If it's out of our comfort zone, it takes courage to push ourselves through, to get ourselves there, to be able to do what we need to do. And courage is not just about a hero. Courage is about the everyday person, the everyday one of us, and what we do daily to make life work for us, to embrace life, to go out and to help, to embrace others. We've seen so much of that in the mountains, so much courage, so many people helping others. Just think of the forest fires and how many people went out and got the horses and took the horses to their property and took care of them and helped people and got them out, got their things out, helped people get what they needed. They had so many donations that they had to quit taking them. There was so much offered. We have, as a community, courage should be on our banner because we show it over and over and over. And it's important. The children learn from us. And if we don't show it, they're not going to do it. They're not going to learn it. They're not going to practice it. So it's something that we need to be consistent at. We have to keep doing it. We have to keep working on things. We know change as we learn more about new thought and the truth that we learn. Change is something that's always there. We constantly are looking at where we are, what we're doing, how we're feeling, and that we need to improve. Do we need to make that different? Is it working? This constant questioning of ourselves to see where we are, what we might need, what we can do to make the world a better place. It starts with each of us. When I look at all the war that's going on, all the turmoil, all the violence, it's important that I look within me and make sure that I've healed that within me. Otherwise, I'm part of it. If I see it as an issue or a problem, I have to make sure that I don't have that anymore. And it doesn't happen overnight. And things constantly will trip us up. It's so easy to find that when I got snowed in and I'd fallen and hurt myself and they had to come evacuate me out and the kids came and got me out. It took courage for them to come in. It took courage for them to help me to get out. It would have been so much easier to just stay there, and not do anything, because it hurt to move, it hurt to walk, but it was important. And we have to constantly understand what is important in our daily living, what we need to do to make a difference in ourselves, a difference in the world. It begins with each and every one of us constantly, 24/7. It's not something that we go out and just do once. It's something that we make a lifestyle choice. That's what New Thought is, religious science. It's a lifestyle choice. I always thought it should be a lifestyle as opposed to a religion, because it's something that we're living, something that we live all the time, something that we're constantly working with and adjusting to. And it isn't always easy. I have some days where it goes better than others, some days where I forget, some days where it just doesn't work. But you know what? You go to bed that night and you give thanks for what happened that day and what you learned, and you get up the next day and you do it differently. You don't give up. You're consistent. You're always getting up the next day, always working on, always becoming everything that you can be. Life is so good and it needs us. It needs all of us. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If you weren't here, I would have a hole in my jigsaw puzzle. I don't want a hole in my puzzle. I want us all here, all helping, all caring, all working on making the world a better place. So being consistent, that's very, very important. Because if I'm not consistent with my courage, is my courage any good? Is my courage really working? If I'm not consistent in getting up every day, if I'm not consistent at doing what I do, whatever that is, whether it's going to work, going to school, babysitting, caring, shopping, whatever it is, the world stops for me. I don't want the world to stop. I want the world to keep on turning and going on. And I commit to that. We have commitments. That's what a wedding ceremony is. It's a commitment. We come to church. We commit to God. We pray. We're making a commitment. It's important that we commit. We're committing to the change. We're committing to what we're going to be courageous about. We're committing more than anything else to healing ourselves, because it all starts with us. It doesn't start with the other person or over there. It starts right here within me. For me to change, for me to commit to healing myself, to commit to being all I can be, whatever that is. And I don't know the answer because my journey isn't over yet. But I know that there's lots more that I want to try and lots more that I want to do. And lots more to give and share and to become. The becoming is so important. We're constantly becoming. Change is the only constant there is. Change. I want to change in a beautiful, loving way. I want to change in a way that's full of life and full of livingness. I want to change in a way that helps, that loves, to be able to love. It is so important when we look at what we're learning, what we're doing, how we interact with the world, that we go out with loving kindness, that we look people in the eye and we send love, we send caring, we connect with their heart, we connect with their light, not going out with judgment, not looking for all the things that aren't working, but looking for the things that are working and supporting those. The world isn't going to change overnight. But every day, in every way, it gets a percentage better. A percentage better. I don't want to leave this world and leave things undone. I don't want to leave here and wish I could have done differently. I want to do it now. I commit to that. It's a commitment that I make, and I try to keep. I have bad days. We all do. I have days where I get up and don't want to get up. I have days where I go back to bed. It depends on what I need at that moment. And I have learned to love myself enough to value whatever it is I need in that moment. Because I am worthy and I am worthwhile. And it's important for each of us to love ourselves, to care. We're not taught that. We're taught to judge. We're taught to hate. We're taught to force. All those things. We're not taught to get up and love yourself. I was working with a girl the other day and working on...
Can you speak up?
Yes. I was working with a girl the other day and working on loving herself. And got her to hold herself and feel love and feel her heart opening up and spreading to her whole body. She started to cry. She was so moved by it. It was something she had never felt before. And the tears flowed. Good tears. We need those tears to release all of it that isn't working. The tears help. Tears are healing. I was taught not to cry when I was growing up. Took me a long time before I could, because I became proud of the fact that I wouldn't break. I wouldn't cry. And I had to learn to do it differently. It's not breaking, it's releasing. And there's a difference. Release is something we all need. It's like the lake's filling up and the dam releases the water. You need it downstream, the crops need it, other people need it. It has to be released for that to happen. What good is it if it's just sitting there and all these people are thirsty? All these crops are dying, there's no water. We have to release things and allow flow. Allow it all to happen, to grow, to become whatever it needs to be. And we don't judge that. I don't know what the outcome's going to go. I don't know what the end picture is going to be. I don't know that, and I don't need to know that. In my connection with God's source, I am loved. I am connected. I am valued. I am respected. I am appreciated. All those things that we've been looking for all our lives come simply from connecting. A connecting with the divine, with God, whatever word you want to use, but a connection. That we all have that. That ability is here and it's free. We don't have to pay anything for it. We pay, if you want to look at it as paying, in our time and what we do. We give through that. Because the more I'm connected, the more I have to share and give, the more I have to be, the more I'm becoming. You see, it's all about more. There's always more, more, more. Life is important. That we get up every day, we show up, we show our courage, we show our consistency, we show our commitment, and they can change. The commitment doesn't have to stay the same. The core ones do, generally. My commitment to Source never changes. My commitment with God, it's always there. But some of the other commitments can change. I can commit to a job and then it no longer works and I need to leave that one and find another one. I can commit to belonging to a club and it no longer works for me. So I leave that one and find someplace else to take my time. So things change. And that's one of the things that people are afraid of the most, is the change, the unknown. What's going to happen on the other side of the change? What's my life going to be like? What am I going to be like? What's the world going to be like? When you're connected to God, it doesn't matter, because you're always in divine right timing and divine right order. And whatever it is okay. So when you go out this week, think about it. Think about your commitments. Think about what you're doing. Think about your prayer work. I know it's very easy to call a minister, call a practitioner. Joe is our leading prayer person. He leads the practitioner circle, the prayer circle, and we get lots of requests and lots of success. It's important that we all pray. It's important enough to make it a priority in our life. To figure out a way in your life where there's time for it. Whether it's in the bathroom, whether it's in the shower, whether it's while you're washing dishes. I knew a lady from the Church of Merced, and she would do it while she washed dishes. She loved to wash dishes. And that's when she did her prayer work. It felt for her a cleansing, a cleaning that went on with it. So she found what worked for her, and each one of us will find what works for us, wherever that is. It could be out in nature hugging a tree. It could be sitting on your couch in your living room. It doesn't matter, as long as we commit and practice it. And practice is important. We must practice it. It's a must. Because if I don't like what's going on in the world, and it's going on 24/7, I gotta practice a lot to be able to equal that, to be able to make a difference, to be able for what I do to count. So think about it this week. Think about your prayers. Remember to pray. Remember to care. Put your treatment request in the frog box in the back, and Joe will grab them and the team will work on them. We're all here to help each other. We don't have to do it alone. We can do it as a team. Teams are good. And when you know the team's doing it, and it's not working for you, you're having some trouble that day, you know somebody else on the team is doing a good job. They're more aligned, they're more whatever it is. So having a bad day is just part of the process. We know that all coming together in our family with like goals, it works. And I'm really grateful to be part of this family. The PLC rocks. It's a good place. And thank you all for being here. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful reminders, Reverend. Thank you. Commitment and consistency and courage. They all do go together, don't they? All three of those. It's beautiful. It's time for our offertory. May I have two people come forward to help me with that this morning, please?
Just don't try to elbow me out of the way like a certain musician did last week.
Let's do our offertory prayer, please. Divine love flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.
And those who are watching our service on Zoom, you may tithe through going into the focus email that you receive, and there's other ways to do that as well. And I know that Reverend Missy has already provided that information for you. So thank you for your offertory and your giving toward the center. Thank you, Mara.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, dear. Announcements. I was thinking about that Cowardly Lion again and how much he affected me by watching him and his. Remember when they were all in front of the Oz, the Great Oz, and Dorothy was there, of course, the Tin Man, the Scarecrow, and the Lion, and she was still arguing, and the Oz yelled at him, and the Lion took off, right? He runs down the hall and jumps through a window. Oh my gosh, I laughed so hard I couldn't breathe. I thought, man, that would be me too. I'm out of here. Somebody barking like that, I'm gone. It was amazing. It was just an amazing story. I have a friend today who is still afraid of those flying monkeys. And I make fun of him, but I'm kind of a little afraid of them too. Yeah. I still grab a pillow and put it in front of my eyes when they show up. I don't want those scary monkeys. John Alon could not be here today, but he wanted to remind you that he will have a flute circle this Saturday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And the drum circle will follow that.
Yes, it will.
There you are. Yes, the drum circle will follow that with Reverend Judy. So, two great events are continuing to go on. Any other announcements? Yes, back there.
You want me to come up?
Sure, come on up. Good morning, Sandy.
Good morning.
How many people love Yosemite? If you love Yosemite and if you love art, make your way to the Yosemite Gateway Art Center. We used to call it Gallery Row up 41 on the left. Beautiful Yosemite Renaissance 38, I believe. A magnificent artwork featuring Yosemite and the Sierras. And adjacent to that show is more art. So do make your way up. The only day they're closed is Tuesday. And I believe it's like 10 to 5.
11.
Open today?
It opens
Yes.
on 11.
11.
What was that?
11.
11?
11 to 5.
Okay.
John likes to sleep
11
in.
to 5. And open every day except Tuesday. They are open today, yes.
Thanks. Thank you, thank you.
So I'm gonna make it quickly, but I'll make it really fast.
He has to go outside to do that, I guess.
So, yeah, so well, it's a private quickie. I brought more of these in. These are Paulownia flowers. And I just wanted to let you know that,
And they're dripping.
oh, well, pick 'em up. Or the help will pick them up.
Would that be you?
Barney.
Ouch. This kitten has claws. Anyways, we kind of launched this ship. You talked about commitment. And sometimes I get myself committed to things. I don't even know why. But I'm in the farming business again. I don't know how 60 years ago, I had a compost pile in my backyard. 30 years ago, I founded an organic farm in North Fork with some friends. And now I'm in the farming business down in Madeira, and we're growing Paulownia as our first crop. So as I told you last week, I harvested these with my partner, Bob, and we sent off a box. Joe Sweat of Sierra Seafood took a box of these and sent them to the Mushroom King in San Francisco. And he sends mushrooms and to all of these beautiful restaurants. So anyways, I sent these and I thought, God, what do you do with these things? It's just like, I don't taste good. And so I didn't know what was going to happen. But there's one chef in San Francisco that took these little buds and he pickled them and he's using them like capers in lemon sauce. And I just thought, we make a commitment to something, don't even know why, and we don't even know, as you say, what may happen.
Yes, yes.
But it's just making that commitment of the next step. And it is in this moment, this perfect moment, that we take that next step, no matter whatever judgments or mishaps or things that we've done in that last moment. It's all just new. This is all there is. So thank you. And
Thank you, Barney.
and I'm just gonna try and pick these up on my way back.
Yes,
You
pick
can
up
have
that.
And if you take some of these, they're really good. You can put them in your bath or you can make tea out of any part of it. They're all healing, this whole plant. Actually, I think this whole planet is kind of healing if we allow it.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
anyway,
Thank you, Barney.
you're welcome.
You in the back, have your hand.
Oh, yes, Sandy Sullivan wanted to make an announcement.
Sandy did?
Sullivan,
Sullivan.
Hi.
I'm hosting you.
Oh, up here so they can hear you.
On
Yeah.
Zoom. They want to hear you on Zoom, Sandy.
I'm not tall enough.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
Well, we'll make you tall enough.
Yeah.
Joe will pick you up.
I'm hosting a psychic fair April the 29th and 30th, and we're going to have various healers, readers, and vendors there. And if anybody would like to participate, if you can see me after church, I'll be back more than happy to give you more information.
Where is it going to be?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's going to be at the Oakhurst Community Center,
Oh, I'm sorry, what day again?
April the 29th and 30th, and it's going to be from 11 to 6:30 or thereabouts.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you very
Sandy.
much.
Thank you very much.
Reverend
I just want to take a moment, excuse me, and thank some of our volunteers. We have a good volunteer group here that makes this work. So I want to start with LJ, who does the altar and keeps it consistent with the seasons, and she's already got new stuff she's going to bring in next week to give us spring. So she does a beautiful job with that. Thank you, honey. Then I want to, Brenda Nagley, Reverend Judy DeRosa, and John Stanley all worked, as Judy announced last week, on the flooding out front. So they kept it going so it didn't tear up the driveway like it has in the past, which was exciting. And I bet Marianne really appreciated that she didn't go down in that big hole that was there before. And then everyone helps. Everyone does something here. So whether it's cleaning up or helping, there's always a person who's working with it. Patty is doing spiritual thoughts in the iFocus, And I think that
And Nancy too.
Nancy's gonna help,
And
right?
Nancy's doing it too.
She's gonna do a couple of the weekends or weeks a month. So everybody is doing that. So if there's something you wanna do, come talk to one of the ministers, because there could be something that works for you, that works for us, and makes it all a better place. Thank you.
Absolutely, volunteerism was great. Oh, hi, Lorna.
Hi, Joe.
You got something to say?
Yeah, well, I thought you would wrap up announcements, but I haven't.
He looked like he was gonna rap. I just want to bring up that we have a 6-week window before summer. And we are done with our classes for all the practitioners that we're working through first year, second year, and third year. And so we're open for a 6-week class. I'm willing to facilitate it. What it will be, that's up to us. So if you're interested in taking a 6-week class, please just reach out to me after service. I'll bring this up a couple weeks in a row and see if there's enough interest and where we might go with it. Kind of open at the top. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you, LJ.
Sure.
You're a fabulous teacher. Fabulous teacher. If I say so myself. Any other announcements? Okay. Our prayer partner this week is Patty Hummel. She is an intern practitioner, as I said, and she'll be here after service today to take any prayer requests that you might have. Next week's speaker is the Reverend Bob Hand. I always love to listen to Bob speak. I never know what that man's going to come up and say. He's fabulous. And it's time for our prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The energy of God is me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Amen. Cheyenne, you have one more song for us? Isn't she fabulous?
Yes.
Great music. Great music.
I would just like to briefly say thank you to everyone for being here, and thank you to PLC for letting me be here to share myself with you guys. And just what a wonderful thing it is. I'm so grateful that we have this place to come together and share ourselves with each other, our unique selves, and how wonderful it is that we all get to come and be inspired to connect with that one self, which is all of us, and that self that connects all of us. So I just wanted to acknowledge that, because sometimes in this world we live in, it seems so easy to feel like separated or focus on differences, but how wonderful it is that we have unique differences and gifts that we can offer, and that we can share them and gather in community to celebrate the one self that we're all a part of.
Yes, beautiful.
Thank you. I've sung this one before and I just wanted to sing it. It's bright, it's happy. It'll be a good one to end with. It's called World of Abundance by Aria. Oh, I am so grateful for this life that I have to live. Oh, and I am so grateful for all that I have to give. For I live in a world of abundance, in a true never-ending source from above. Yes, I life overflowing and a heart full of love. Where's the harmony when you need it? For I live in a world of abundance, in a true never-ending source from above. Yes, I live in a world of abundance, with a life overflowing and a heart full of love. Yay, that sounded beautiful. Thank you so much.
Remind everybody that Patty Hummel is available after service for prayer if you like. And if you also, if you want the prayer to go out to all practitioners and ministers, the frog box is in the back. You can fill out a prayer request and put it in there. I'll pick those up after service each and every day, each and every week. So God bless you all. Thank you all for those in service today and those who continue to give and volunteer your time to the PLC. It does make a difference, as Reverend Sandy said. So, Reverend Sandy, you pray us out, please.
Great service, everyone. Thank you all. From Patty and her wisdom and Cheyenne's music, and I want to say the hostess with the mostest, but we'll say the host with the most. Just close your eyes, please, and just settle into the quiet, knowing that there is only God. This beautiful, loving presence with an emphasis on loving. Feel your heart expanding as the loving goes out from you, all through your body and all around you, to everyone here in the room and out into the world. The world needs us, and we are here loving and caring and making a difference. And I am so proud of this church and all that we do, all we're becoming, and all that we love. I'm so grateful, so thankful, and say with me, please, and so it is. Have a great week, everybody.
You're gonna go home and watch the Wizard of Oz.
I know, I'm gonna go. That's good stuff.